You know, you can't predict the future, but you certainly can prepare for it. Whether that future takes you to the great outdoors and camping or into an emergency situation, having some food stored away is definitely a good idea. Today we're taking a look at a product that could help you be better prepared and have some food stored up, and that's Valley Food Storage. We're going to try it out and we're going to see how we like it. Let's check it out. Alright everybody, welcome back. Now if you're new to preparing, you've probably seen these types of buckets everywhere. You don't know what to think, you don't know if they're good or not. Some people may see it and think, oh man, that's perfect. Everything's prepared for me. I just have to grab one of these buckets and I'm ready for anything. The fact of the matter is they're very, very good at what they do. However, they are supplements. I would say with this kind of stuff, always get some canned chicken, canned beef, whatever, and you can kind of supplement what's in these. Now, can you eat these in an emergency without anything? Of course. I'm just talking for taste-wise and for a little variety. If they have like chicken flavored rice, okay, you want to throw a can of chicken in that. You know, no harm, no foul. However, they are an excellent value and they are a way to get some food if you have nothing yet. So we're going to be talking about this today. This is the 70 serving kit from Valley Food Storage. I'm going to show you what's inside. We are going to try out one of them. What I like about this kit, and when we open it up I'll show you, is the fact that they give you serving sizes to make it. To make one serving, take this much product, this much water. Some of the other buckets that I've done in the past are like, do 6 cups of water, this entire bag, put it in the water, and boil it. Well, maybe I don't want to make that all at once. Maybe I just want to make a little. So that's what they mean by 70 servings. Now this isn't necessarily 70 meals. It's 70 servings. Like, servings could be breakfast, dessert, lunch, dinner, whatever, but it's 70 servings of food. And it's definitely something that I think right about now, especially people who are watching me who might be new, should start thinking about a way to get some food quickly. You know, we're running out of time, I feel. I think by, October, November, we're going to start seeing all these things that are coming together start to culminate into a bit of a food shortage. So that's why I feel right about now is an excellent idea to do this. Now these are packed with clean ingredients. Valley Food Storage does non-GMO. It's all high quality calories. It's not just dense carbs to make you feel full. They avoid empty calories that make you feel sluggish. And you know if you've eaten a high caloric intake meal, you're just like, These will provide you energy to keep you sharp. And that's what I like about them. I have used them in the past. I do have some of this stuff put away. This is a newer bucket that I picked up. So why would you want something like this? Well, it's long-term storage food you put away in case of an emergency. If for some reason you're unable to get food from the store, like we saw in 2020 when the food was completely out here, or if it's unsafe to leave your home. A lot of folks rely on that. If something happens, I got $1,000 cash in my safe, I'll just run to the store and get everything I need. That's the worst time for you to be shopping. Right after a disaster, when everybody just found out about it, and they're all running to the store like crazy people, fighting over toilet paper and food and whatever else. You saw the videos from March of 2020. So we definitely want to have our stuff on hand beforehand. Now, one of the nice things about food storage is I consider it food insurance. You know, you have car insurance, you have medical insurance, homeowners insurance. Why wouldn't you have food insurance? It's long-term food storage that comes in handy in the event of an emergency. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to open up this box up here, this bucket, and we're going to show you all of what comes inside. Alright, so I'm going to pull this stuff out here, let you see it. First off on top is what we're going to be trying out today. This is fettuccine alfredo. Now remember when I told you that they do the servings, the individual servings, and how much water you need? There it is, 1.5 cup of boiling water, 1/2 cup of mix, boiled, add to water, stir well, boil for 2 minutes. We are going to be using a Trangia alcohol stove for this today, so that's why I think it's awesome that it wants to boil and not simmer for 2 minutes. So that's that right there. That's fettuccine alfredo, and not all of them are going to be marked on the front. A lot of them are on the back. This is apple cream of wheat. I've actually had this cereal from them before. It's really, really good stuff. All right, next up, let's pull out a couple here. Strawberry oatmeal. There you go. Freeze-dried bananas. Definitely an awesome snack. 1 cup of water to 1/4 cup of bananas. Italian wild risotto. Now this is the kind of thing that I think maybe, other freeze-dried food would complement it. Like say freeze-dried wholesalers or Thrive. You get their stuff, you hydrate some chicken, you throw it in with this, you got yourself a really hearty meal. Now, as far as this goes, yeah, you can eat it. It's perfect. Nothing wrong with that. But I like to supplement them a little bit. Shows you the bananas. Let's see what's left in here. Get a few more out of here. It is pretty well packed, too. There's a nice little pack in there of stuff. All right, we got 3 more here. Freeze-dried sweet corn. Again, sort of a side dish. Freeze-dried chicken a la king. Okay. This one we're going to have to try out sometime on video. This looks pretty good. I was looking at the ingredients. I'm like, that looks pretty good. Mac and cheese, one of my favorites, of course. I don't need anything with that. I could eat the bag in a few days. Mac and cheese is definitely one of my favorites. And let's get the last 3 out of here. Kind of making a mess here. There we go. Maple and brown sugar oatmeal. A good old staple that's filling. White bean and lime chili. That sounds actually pretty darn good. And chicken teriyaki. So, got all the stuff out here. You see how much there is. I'm going to tilt the camera down so you can actually see. That's a whole lot of food. You know, it's not exactly neat here, but that's a whole lot of food and a good way to supplement what you have already or to get started. I really like this kind of stuff because it gets people started and they have something. You know, I tell you, oh yeah, throw a can of chicken in, but if you don't have a can of chicken and all you have is that rice, that's food. That's a way to get some calories in you in an emergency. So it's definitely a neat way to do it. Now they have tons of other buckets, year's supply, half year supply, all that. You can check out the link that I'll give you down below with their site. There's tons of information on it. They have a meat bucket. They have individual stuff. You got to check them out. Anyway, what I'm going to do is clean up my mess here, and we're going to make that fettuccine alfredo and try it out. All right, so we got the Trangia all set up out here, and I have a bowl to do my cooking in. We got our stove here and some extras over here. Take that out of the way because we're not going to be using any of that today, except for the snuffer. Okay. So what we're going to do is fill this up with some alcohol. If you haven't seen these are the Trangia type stoves. These actually are original Trangia stoves. And they just have a little alcohol stove that sits in the middle there. And I'm going to fill this thing up about halfway. I don't want to go too nuts with it because we can bring water to a boil fairly quickly with it. One of the nice things about these stoves is you do have that protected environment in there. It's a windscreen and it kind of holds the heat in as well. So I'm going to put that there. We'll light it up right through here. There we go. And that will light and bloom. So I have my 1.5 cups of water for this already set out. And that's what they say on the back here. 1.5 cups of water to a boil, and then add the 1/2 cup of this stuff to the boiling water. So let's put that in there. All right. And there we go. So we're going to open this up and give you a look at what it looks like. I don't really have a... I was going to say use that as a lid. I don't really have a lid for that little pot, but it's okay. We're not really racing to boil it. We're going to open this up and see what it looks like inside. All right, there we go. Okay, I'm going to take the oxygen absorber out of here. Now again, when you open these kind of things, you're probably going to be using them quickly, especially in some kind of an emergency. Now one of the things I like to do with this kind of stuff, you'll notice that all the powder settles on the bottom. So I like to dump this out into a bowl and kind of mix it all together and scoop it. Usually a stainless steel bowl. I'm going to go grab one and I'll show you how I do it. All right, so I got my stainless steel bowl and you'll see what I mean. If you just take the noodles off the top, you're not going to get any of the sauciness in it, as you can see by all that at the bottom. So I'm going to mix it up and I'll just put it back in there and restore it in the same container. It's okay. There we go. And I just usually do this. There, that's about a good amount. Now, they said 1/2 cup of mix. I've got about, shake it down there, about 1/2 cup. It's a little over, but not bad. Mainly it's the noodles sticking up there. So we're going to leave that there. We're going to wait for this to boil. It's already getting warm. I can feel it. And I'm going to put this back in the bag, and we can go on from there. All right, so we got a boil going on up there. I'll pop you up to look at it. We do have boiling water, okay? I'm going to pour this in, and we're going to immediately start stirring it, okay? Because if you don't, it'll overflow and you'll have a mess. So we're going to boil this now. Let's see what the instructions say again. I'm going to boil it for 2 minutes and then lower heat. So what we're going to do is take the simmer ring on this and let it simmer for 3 to 5 minutes, okay? So I'm going to just kind of take this and place it on there with a little bit off so it's not as much of a full flame. I can see already it's starting to thicken up. That's kind of cool. So let's let this cook for a little bit more. I'll bring you back when it's all finished and we're ready to try it out. All right, so it's all done. It was actually done a lot quicker than I thought. Nice and thick. Came out really good. I'll give you a look at it here. Pull it up out of here. There you go. Let's try it out. Let's cool it off a little bit. And then we'll try it out. That is good. That is really good. Use a little salt, but not a lot of sodium in these to begin with. I'm seeing 750 milligrams. Now, for a freeze-dried meal, that's fairly low. So that's an easy way to do it. Got yourself a little meal there. You can put whatever you want in it, or you can just eat it plain. Definitely a handy little thing to have around your house. Doesn't take up much space, you know, the box isn't all that big, the bucket. And for the price, it's a good way of having some peace of mind that you don't have to pay attention to. You can buy these buckets. I would suggest trying a few meals out from them and put them away, and you're good to go. The reason I suggest trying them out is because you want to know what you like and what you don't like. If you order one of these and you decide you've tried a couple of them and you don't like them, don't waste your money with more of it. Always buy what you eat and eat what you buy. You know, eat what you store. Store what you eat and eat what you store is the best way to put it. Always make sure it's something that you'd want to eat. For me, fettuccine Alfredo is awesome. I could eat that as a meal, no problem at all. So that's Valley Food Storage. That's their 70 serving long-term food kit. Right now it is on sale on their site. It is $169.95. So for $170 you get all this food, 25-year shelf life on everything they have. Okay, 5 servings per pouch on this one and about the same on the others. So you'll definitely be able to feed yourself and maybe with a couple of them, your family, during a time where food is hard to come by. And like I said, I think we're coming into that time. With all of the shortages and shipping backups and, you know, congestions at the ports and people on strike, you could see that happen. I mean, everybody told me years ago, that'll never happen. Stores will always have food. And then March 2020, they didn't. It started with the toilet paper and it went to the canned goods. And the next thing you know, I have video of my Walmart completely cleared out of food, as well as my other stores too. So definitely something to look into for our troubling times these days. Definitely something to give a check out and see what you like. As you can see, comes out to be pretty darn good. That's pretty tasty. May add a little salt and pepper. Other than that, it's perfect. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. The link will be down below for Valley Food Storage if you're interested in this kit or all of their other stuff. It's not just this kit they sell. They have tons of other stuff there. So definitely check them out, see what they got to offer. I'm very impressed with what I've got here so far. And I hope you guys will check them out and see what you like. Now, I do have other links underneath there that are other links to different options for food. We have our freeze-dried wholesaler link, okay, and that link will save you 15%. Now, tomorrow, I'm doing a freeze-dried wholesaler video. I'm going to be cooking. So, I want you guys to remember we have our contest going for $1,000 in free freeze-dried wholesale food. The different levels of prizes add up to $1,000. Top prize is $500. So definitely check that video out. It's a few videos back in my timeline here, so definitely check it out. And we have our My Patriot Supply. That's preparewithiridium.com. Preparewithiridium.com. We have a 4-week kit, $250 off. Good deal on that. And our Thrive Life freeze-dried food as well. And like I said, you mix and match. You know, you're your own person. You're not bound by one company. You can mix and match the stuff. Maybe I'll get some freeze-dried chicken and throw that in there. So definitely a handy way to prep yourself up very easily. Stretch out your food and make sure your family eats when everybody else is having a hard time finding food in the stores. That's one thing I never want to see is everybody out there starving while I'm the only one eating. So make sure you guys get in on it too and get some food. And don't forget our Amazon affiliate store. Anything, including this stove, you will find in our store. There's lots to choose from in there, so check them out. Anyway, folks, thank you for watching. I'm going to go have some lunch. Stay safe and stay prepared.